or what is your lifetime earnings on YouTube across all of your channels lifetime?
400K plus, maybe 500,000 plus. 5-6 years ago, you would come to a mountain and you would, everywhere where you dig, there would be a gold. Like you would hit all the gold in a mountain. What worked like 4 years ago doesn't work right now. What works 2 years ago, the game has changed. It doesn't matter what niche you choose. You're just gonna win. What I need to do to put myself to the place to upload 200 videos a day. Because then you can work 10 hours a day and you're not going to feel fatigue. You have to stop completely caring about the quality of videos. Like, I know it sounds strange, but just hear it out.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a special guest, Marek from Knowledge by Marcus. Now, for the past 8 years, Marek's been creating content on YouTube, but not just any type of content. We're talking specifically evergreen, searchable content. He's got videos with hundreds of thousands of views, and of course, that translates to hundreds of thousands of dollars in income. No doubt about that. Today, we're gonna pick Marek's brain and figure out all of his secrets. But hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, Marek, juicy question for you that everybody's dying to hear. How much or what is your lifetime earnings on YouTube across all of your channels lifetime?
With affiliate or without?
Let's do ad revenue first.
Ad revenue, 400K plus, maybe 500,000 plus.
That's crazy.
That's for the AdSense.
That's fantastic. And that's over 8 years, right?
And then affiliate is not that high comparing to the affiliate is a completely different game and it came later. But yeah, affiliate is another, let's say 150K plus probably. But it's all profit. It's really important to say that I don't outsource any videos. Therefore, I don't have any like expenses.
Yeah. Except for your time.
Yes. The time is the only
Cool. So you've been doing this for 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years, but the last 5 heavily into search-based.
And you've been doing everything yourself, right? No, you don't hire, you don't outsource, nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't really like to work with, when the other, like, it's okay, I understand the strategy they're doing. Like, they're going to outsource everything to India, you're going to send the channel, right? Then they are going to copy, like, how it works right now is that you're just going to write in Fiverr, you're going to paste links of your competitors, and they're going to do all the videos the competitors did. I never like that. I just like to do it by myself, and that's my style, right?
Yeah.
So,
have you ever tried to outsource it? Or
yeah, I tried. I had even one employee making like 30, 40 videos a day for me. But at one point, I'm like, I'm really just better when I could just focus on me and just publishing, let's say, 50, 80 videos every single day just by myself. Because like...
How many? 50, 80?
Yeah, 50 to 80 videos a day. I can easily scale
like short, like 1 minute videos or like...
1 minute to 2 minutes. If it's 8 minute plus, I can go like 20, 30, but then my energy just drops and I can go...
I just wanted to ask you, how are you managing that?
Like, what are you doing, bro? What
coffee do you drink?
So, it's like, oh my God. Okay, we will go heavy into this. Okay, so let's start with the beginning on how it all started because it's like a continual work. So primarily the first thing is that how it all started, I had like, I was employee in a retail, like selling, televisions and stuff like that, just like basic retail guy. Yeah. And I saved like a 15K and I'm like, okay, what happened was that I made one video, how to download a Twitch clip, like standard. What I saw is that every single day I was getting 20, 30 views a day. And I'm like, no one was talking about evergreen. No one knew what is search-based. Like, if you would Google all the like high CPM niches, you would find like finance. That was it. Yeah. Is that there wouldn't be such a deep research right now that we have.
Yeah.
And what happened, I'm like, when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I'm going all in into this. I didn't know why, but I'm like, this can be juicy. Like, what if I create 10,000 videos like these that can get 20, 30 views? It was crazy math, right? It can like grow exponentially. So what I did is that I quit the job and like, okay, I have 3 years of money as saving. I'm living in Slovakia. The living expenses are small. So I'm like, I'm going all in. First, I could do like 1 video a week. I'm not kidding. It was so taxing because I wasn't used to it, right? Because I would make a video and like, whew, you know how difficult it was in the start. And even my English was completely broken. So I had to learn how to speak fluently. Therefore, it was hard, right? But then, like all those gurus, you can imagine how it was 5 years back. 5-6 years ago, the gurus were always telling you, you make 1 video a week, two If you make 3 videos a week, god damn, you are like OG, right? You're perfect. But I'm like, me and Yuri were the first guys making 30, 40 videos a day. Because we're like, what if you can do 30 videos a day? How crazy it can be. And right now, I just have no limits at all. Like, what if I can make 200 videos a day? What I need to do to put myself to the place to upload 200 videos a day? And now when you're going to combine it, okay, how many videos then I can upload in 1 month, in 1 year, in 2, 3, 4 years? What amount, like how far I can take it? But then you can like outsource it and stuff like that. So, and I just started uploading. And this is the thing, is that I started more on focusing on like, what are the things that I can do outside the work that can support me for like putting the input. This is the most important thing. And I start seeing those things like, okay, first, in the evening, I have everything set up for the next day. I know everything what I have to do for tomorrow. This is like the most important. The second thing, when I wake up, I go straight up to work and I don't consume anything. So regards the news, analyzations, Gmail, whatever, never consume. Only because in the moment when I react to things, what happens is that the reaction is going to give me a dopamine feedback. Like, let's say when you're going to go to message or you're going to watch a YouTube video, then I just don't have the motivation to work. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. And then also like the exercising, because like what was the issue that if you sit behind a desk a lot, the neck, right, the back, not a lot of YouTubers are talking about this, but it starts to hurt, right? Then I'm like, I start exercising and it doesn't hurt at all. So these are just like the basics, but then go even further, like what kind of food you're eating, right? That you don't want to eat like a sugar or processed stuff because it like affects the energy levels. You know all that, right? I think.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing, and I just do.
But let me ask you this. So, I mean, I was publishing content as well, right? But I was focused a lot on like the niche, right? And it took me like 3 or 4 years to figure out that you can publish videos about anything that people search for, right? And just, not going after a niche, but going after a specific kind of traffic source, which is of course the searchable content. Did it click for you right away that you can just create anything on one channel and just, cover all the topics, or how did that work for you?
That's a really perfect question. So how it was for me is that it was also the same, but I was 5-6 years ago, it was completely different game comparing right now. What do I mean by that is that 5-6 years ago, you didn't have I think Yuri came out with that you can outsource things to India and stuff like that. Before that, it was like channels like, that the 5 minutes crafts, they were outsourcing search-based, but everyone was alone. And how was it? Is that, yes, I found, Tech Brooms or whatever channel it was, they were doing the same thing that you were talking about. They were making content about everything. I also thought that you have to do, when I'm like video editing tutorials, I have to do only video editing tutorials across all platforms. But like, like cinema, whatever, Sony Vegas, etc. But then it was like complete random, started making about project management comparison videos. It blew my mind, the CPM there. It's like when I saw that I got like 50, 70, 80 CPM, I'm like, what the hell is that? Also finance. And then what I started to happen, it was crazy because let me tell you, 5-6 years ago, it was like you would come to a mountain and you would, everywhere where you dig, there would be a gold. Like you would hit all the gold in the mountain. But right now, yeah. But right now, you know how it is that you go to the mountain, you see full people from India, they're digging. And if someone finds a gold, everybody jumps on him and they want that gold also. Is that right now, if you make videos, like, let me tell you, 3-4 weeks from now, you can have other 20 competitors. And what was me for is that 5-6 years ago, when I started doing the accounting tutorials, and no one was making accounting tutorials. It was such a joy. When you would write Xero tutorial, it's like accounting software in the US. How was it? There was one Chinese woman got like 200K views. That was it. It was insane. Like immediately I made like 2 videos. It started to pop up. And then also another thing, if Yuri is watching this, he will going to like it. So do you know what is the Doodly, Toonly, and all those softwares?
Doodly is the one you use for drawing like the animations of the videos. Yeah.
That niche got about 50 CPM plus. And do you know how I found it? I found it that way, that one woman who was I was like researching, and she showed her analytics. That was the biggest mistake. That's why I don't really show the CPM.
You're like
never show the analytics. It's like, how much money I'm making. You got no idea what danger awaits you in a corner when like someone's going to target you if you got a high CPM. Right? And she showed that she got like 50, 70 CPM. I sent it to Yuri. we copied her completely. And this was happening. We copied everything she did, all the videos, but better. And her views plummeted and our grew. And this is like, and then like what changed the game like 3 years ago? Do you know the Mike Westill guy?
Yeah.
The Mike Westill, he was like, how to make money on, how to make money
he
there.
makes
And
everything.
always, he just makes up the stories. He makes always the thumbnail of 100 a day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this style is crazy good. So what I did, I took it and I applied it for every platform that he didn't do. And I just made like 10K from how to make money on eToro, right? It was like, I made a video in 10 minutes. I was just talking about the basic stuff and people loved it. But the $100 a day, but even that right now is oversaturated. This is the thing, is that these are like the waves, is that it just comes and goes. Is that right now the how to make money is completely oversaturated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then crypto was amazing 5 years ago. Right now, again, where I look, it's oversaturated. So a lot of things are like not that great to do.
So are you looking for the next wave now, or are you already focusing on the next wave?
Yeah, I see a few things, but I'm just going to give a hint. It's like real products. That's what physical products that can be outsourced. This is what I was talking with George in WhatsApp, is that physical products that can be outsourced to India. That's what I perceive, is that if you can get outsourced, then you can win long term.
Yeah.
But all those software stuff, it's kind of like difficult. It's possible if you kind of find those things there, like, here video, Verizon versus T-Mobile and whatever, you're going to find those niches. But even when I found like George, I don't know if you got like really good thumbnails when you're going to have the person in the middle and the left side and right side, you have the programs. Do you know those thumbnails that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where you came from, but in the moment when I saw you first time doing that, I didn't see anyone else. Everybody, I start seeing that across the platform. It's so crazy.
Everybody start copying, but that's the thing. You gotta be original, man. You gotta innovate.
Yeah, but it's also
it's
like we share everything on the podcast as well. We have our own community, so we just share everything. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's changing. But nonetheless, like I still see people like being able to grow pretty rapidly. Like we have Jan in our community as well. Like in the end, I think you're still able to find those keywords, but it's less easy as like back in the days, I think,
The work that you have to put in, you have to put more work comparing to 5 years back, but it's still possible to win. And primarily, it's not about who wins the fast, but who can be in the game the longest. This is what I see more and more, is that if you can be in a game for 5-6 years, is that it doesn't matter what niche you choose. Like, I really mean that. You're just going to win eventually, but you have to constantly adapt, of course, constantly try to find those ways. But it just constant work.
And how, like, do you have some tips or strategies that you can give to people, like how to stay in here for long term?
Oh, take care of your health. That's primarily thing.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's the core. If like I got burnout 2 times. I had stomach issues. I got hit with some anxiety stuff.
May I ask, that's all because you pushed out so much volume, you think? Like you did so much work, or what's the cause?
It was a combination of that. I didn't really care what I was eating. I didn't really care about, that I was swimming, but I wasn't really caring about the mental health stuff on how we can manage with meditation and things like that. But more and more, I just prioritize that more. And I focus, okay, how can be healthy, right? How I can feel good. And when I don't feel good, like there is something that you can not feel good for a short amount of time. But if you don't feel good for a long period of time, and I see many people like pushing even when they're not feeling good. I can sense that they're like pushing, and there is going to be a price for that. So that's what I do, is that even when I put out the volume, is that I just take care of it. I take care of the health there.
That's key. To me, by the way, it's crazy that when you have some things with your health going on, you're not like, oh, let's finally outsource some stuff, but you're still like, I want to figure this out.
Yeah. The thing is that what I'm going to do, I tried it out that I'm going to take a break for half a year and stuff like that. But the thing is that it's boring. I really like the game, right? I really like to create videos, to compete. When they copy me, I see someone, I copy them. It's a fun thing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I even tried, when you're going to be for half a year somewhere traveling, it's like, I would rather be behind a computer and grind. It's fun for me, of course. But of course, it's like not for everybody. If someone wants to travel and be in Bali for 2 years and be on the sun, Like my girlfriend is like that. She just wants to be on the sun in Thailand all the time. But I'm like, yeah, that's not me. Yeah, I like to build.
Hey, quick pause on a podcast. If you want to learn how to make money on YouTube and create a stream of passive income, check out our private YouTube Business Academy community. Join us for weekly group coaching sessions. Plus, when you join, you'll get a personal onboarding call with either Ron or myself. Click the link in the episode description to join today. Now, back to the episode. So,
that's
Marek,
cool.
let me ask you this. You're talking about waves, right? Kind of first there was the topics that were uncovered, right? And then crypto came around, right? So all these different kind of topics, these trends, right? Now, I want to pick your brain, right? I want to reveal all of the secrets that you have. But by the way, one thing before I ask you the question, I found a tutorial on one of your channels. By the way, Marek has a lot of channels, like you don't even know, but it's probably one of his. Anyway, I found one of your tutorials where you were talking about keyword research, and you gave a tool, data.ai. You were like, oh, I use data.ai. And I was like, what the hell is this? I never heard about this. So I go data.ai, sign up, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Of course you subscribe. I'm like, fuck that. I'm a cheapskate. I'm not subscribing to anything. I go to top apps, all that stuff. And then I see there was a top downloaded app in the past like month or like week or something. It was Monopoly Go. And I was like, let me see if people are looking for that. I go Monopoly Go how to on incognito, and there's like like 8 or 10 topics. I'm like, nice. Okay, and I click, not a single video, I promise. I'm like, okay. I made like 10 videos maybe. Instant rank, thousands of views, hundreds and thousands of dollars in ad revenue. So I was the first one. And then guess what? Everybody starts copying me. But anyway, I want to ask you, what are your ways, like not maybe exact tools that you use, but like how do you go about, looking for the new trends, looking for the topics, looking for the keywords, if you can share with us?
Yeah, many times it's random, but what I really do is that I just for 3-4 like hours in a day, sometimes I just like jump around on YouTube. Is it I just like click there. I just watched channels, what they do, the competitors, what kind of videos, and then I'm like a web, right? It is gonna go with the branches everywhere. This is the first thing. It is just gonna open all of your competitors, what kind of things they're doing, like in the past 1 month, 2 months, how many videos they uploaded. When you look on the performance on the views, let's say for the 2 months they uploaded 100 videos, but 5 of them got, let's say, 10, 15,000 views. And based on when they're going to have average of, let's say, 500, 1,000 views, that, okay, this can be primarily for some reason. And you're just going to try to understand it. And then, like, how can I make it better or even similar? That's okay. But in the moment when you're going to make it similar, you're just going to compete with them. That's okay too. But if you can provide something they're not providing, therefore you're going to outperform them long term because people are going to comment. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that I look on exploding topics. That's like a tool for everybody to just check out to see which is what kind of thing is trending. Mm-hmm. in whatever niches, and then I just like try to research and try to see like what is possible to do in this test. This is the thing, is that this is going to for tip for everybody. If you don't know if the niche is going to be great, what you can do, make a really low quality videos. This is going to be against everything, but make low quality videos to see if you're going to get the views. So even make a 2-minute video for like, let's say 13 videos a day, 1 minute and a half, just trash videos where you're going to talk about is like really bad, but you're going to see if it's going to perform. Because if this is what you said about the Monopoly Go, if you're going to make a video that no one did, and there is a search, you're going to get views immediately. It's not like you're going to get it like 2 weeks later, you're going to have it immediately. And this is a nice indication. This is what I do, is that, for example, what I try to do is that I try to do a summaries for podcasts. When they like make 2 hours podcast, I try to make like 2-minute summary with the ChatGPT. I make like 40 videos in the 2 days to see nothing worked. I'm like, okay, this is like not it. And then I test another thing and another thing, another thing. It's constant testing and evolving, because from my perspective, what worked like 4 years ago doesn't work right now. What works 2 years ago, the game has changed, and it's like constantly evolving and changing. But what YouTubers do is that they have this kind of like egoistic thing. I perceive that is that, oh my God, I should be always winning, right? I should be always I should always have numbers. But the truth to be told is that when invalid traffic hit me, to be honest, I got hit for 4 channels. I lost like 60, 70K in revenue, and I was paralyzed for like half a year. I didn't know what to do because all the years I was focusing on a high CPM, and right now, bam, right, done. And I'm like, okay, but should I continue doing high CPM videos when there is invalid traffic? So I just found a way that you just have to create new channels and work again.
Did you recover from invalid?
Yeah, thanks God. It's like there is a thing that when you're gonna earn like, let's say 15K a month and it drops to 4K, it's like, whew, it's like you're used to some kind of level and standard, and right now, whew, okay. And I I live in a capital city of Slovakia, and I have like the villa and stuff like that. So it's
You've
like
upgraded your lifestyle already a little bit.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
So you're balling in Slovakia.
Yeah. Comparing, because like right now, the thing is that in Slovakia, this is like, if I would be from India, God damn, it would be so easy, right? You can pay for $800 a month and you're living in whatever big house. But right here is also cheap. Comparing to Finland, comparing to England and other countries, this is like piece of cake. Like here, like for example, I bought a house for like 120K, 115K, and a house in a village, and it's like beautiful next to and like when I was talking to I don't know who was that, he was talking in Finland, it's like 300-400K for a flat, right?
Yeah, it depends where. Like a small studio like my girlfriend has in central Helsinki, like studio, like a small one in a pretty old building that was built like in the 50s or something, with like old furnishings and stuff, was 200,000 euros.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you have to do the renovation, put new furniture, new kitchens, the whole shebang.
Yeah, like I live in the Netherlands, and like last week there was like a announcement on the news, like the average house price is now 450K in the Netherlands. That's average.
And this is the thing, that even when I make like good money, if I would be living in, let's say, England, Netherlands, or Finland, I'm like, this is like the average, right? Is that I don't even know how people who make like 1K or 2K a month can. You get it, right? It's interesting.
Quality of life is much higher.
Yes.
You need to look at your buying power as well, It's the same with US. Like US salaries are way higher compared to like the Europe, for example, but the living costs are higher, the food is higher, etc. Everything is it's all relative.
And this is why I could also win, is that if I would be in the US, I wouldn't be able to win. I really believe in that, because it took me like a year and a half to actually be monetized and start earning money. So a year and a half, I was going on savings. And when I like left the job, and like I paid a rent for, again, studio apartment, it cost me 300 euro. In small city, but 300 euro. What was that, right? It's nothing.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, is that there is a big opportunity for people living in a cheap countries, that if you know English and if you know how to, and you know how you believe in yourself that you can scale it and just work hard, I mean, it's possible.
But what you just said, like it took you 1.5 years to get monetized, so you didn't earn money for 1.5 years then?
Yes,
right?
I went from the emergency fund. So I saved up those like 15K, and I was just like, I completely put the expenses down. So I was like eating really cheap food, just to win, because I didn't want to work. It's like, I'm okay to going to job. It's like, I'm fine. I have to adapt if I have to adapt. But I didn't want to, because when I was working in retail, we had the sales quotas, right? That you have to, every month you have to get. But in the moment when I achieved it, the next month was zero. Is that, and in YouTube, when you make videos, you earn like 2 years later. And this is beauty. Because even right now, if I don't work for the next 3 years, I'm going to earn those 20-30K a month. If, of course, invalid traffic, if YouTube exists, of course.
Yeah, of course. But I'm curious, like you have a pretty good long-term mindset, because you haven't earned your like first 1.5 year, you didn't earn, you kept going, like even making the videos yourself. Do you maybe have some tips for like people starting out? Like nowadays on social media, you can make $10,000 overnight. That's what you see. That's of course not the truth. So do you have maybe some insights or tips for people to think long term and actually like keep doing something so it will work eventually?
By the way, I'm sorry, Ron, you're a little bit outdated. It's no longer 10K, it's actually 100K now.
Yes, right. So, the millionaires and billionaires are making videos.
Getting old.
Behold, the billionaires came to the platform. I see that, and all those like hundreds of millions. I'm like, okay, what can I get from that, right? Is that, I mean, I make 20K. I didn't make millions, so it's like it's completely out of reach and out of touch. But it's like good for the views, because everybody, millions, right?
That's the thing.
So the tips. The first thing, completely stopped watching any videos about how to make money. in the moment when it's there and you get a lot of views, it's done. It's like it's saturated. The best affiliates, the best videos I have are those who are not seen by anybody. That's it. You just have to test and find it by yourself. And this is the first thing. And the second thing, this is what Alex Hormozy said, is that what I do and where I have the pleasure is the work by itself. I don't really watch analytics at all of my videos, only because what I found out, this was like a really interesting thing, is that in a moment when I watched analytics, I would get a dopamine hit that how much money I'm making. Therefore, I don't want to work any more than much. And I'm like, aha. So in the morning when I know many YouTubers, they wake up and they look at analytics, how much they're making. I don't do it.
Of course, first thing in the morning.
No,
Get the
no.
dopamine.
I
gotta
also,
get that dopamine,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. You're just gonna get the choice, right? But then like, yeah, but I don't have to work that much because I already done it. Yes, I won. But I'm like, nah. So what if I'm going to have always the beginner's mindset that I wake up and I'm going to make those 50, 70 videos that are going to help people, and I'm just going to have pleasure in that. And that actual work is going to put me to the place of, let's say, earning 100, 200K in span of 1 year. I really believe in that because my shit have changed because I had to think that I got comfortable with how much money I was earning. Therefore, I didn't work that much. How was I working before I was actually get to the point of earning that amount of money? So this is the thing, is that you want to just find a pleasure in your work, not for the end result. And therefore you can sustainably work, and you have pleasure in that, and you're not going to have, I have to make another 15 videos. In the moment when I would have suffering when I'm making videos, that's a trouble right there. That's why I can go long term, and that's why I can create videos. This is something I recommend. And the second thing is that you have to find at least a little bit of joy. This is the thing, is that I hate blogging, I hate writing, it's boring for me, but someone must love it. Therefore, do more of that and just find the ways how you can monetize it. But I really like to be on camera. I like to create tutorials. I like doing that. Therefore, I'm going to do it until I'm going to stop having passion about it. But this is the thing, is that if you can be good at it, if the market can pay you, if you can have a passion for it, it's like, go do that. Some people have podcasts, right? So go do that. Everybody's built for something different. You just have to tune with yourself. But don't get led trick. All those people telling you that how you can make 100K, 200K, although there are 90% are liars. Is that they're just like doing
they
it
make
for
money from
the
it.
views. Yes, they got the AdSense revenue, the sweet 20 CPM plus. You don't see that, but all those people are like making
bro.
shit.
Oh no, those boys are now sophisticated, bro. They don't care about ad revenue. They get like a couple of hundred views from a video titled "Just copy my stupid 100,000 per day strategy," right? With like lower letters and like a shitty thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
Your camera dropped off. Yeah. And then so then they attract people who are, for some reason, are into that, right? They maybe have daddy's money or some savings or something, right? Then they present this whole kind of sophisticated structure with all these complicated words and stuff
in Miro, right?
And then they sell them for like 5, 7, 10,000, and I'm just shocked. And then they use those sales to funnel more sales, and they're like, it's. I think I'm getting old.
It's a typical guru way, like the coaching way, basically.
Yeah, but it's not exactly as you to make the pretty thumbnails. Right now, the strategy is that you make just the default. It's not even a thumbnail, but it looks sophisticated. There is like so much stuff there, the funnels and there.
It must be good because it's a lot.
Oh my god, that looks like he put in the work, right? And when you look at it, like sure, like really, if you would get really down of how he's making the money, but they are not going to reveal that, of course.
Exactly.
Just stick with the first principles, like focus on the things that actually work. But I'm also curious, like you're able to put out a lot of videos now, and you're saying you don't like blogging and writing, I assume. So you should have probably some system set up to actually record those videos, right? Do you have someone making scripts for you, or like what's the system?
So this is a mistake one time I did to Yuri. I showed Yuri a few years ago, is that okay, do you know what the mistake was? Everybody doing 5-6 years ago in a tutorial niche, everybody was editing videos. Biggest mistake people did. What I showed Yuri is that what if you can do everything on one take? What if you can learn how to do everything one take? And I was like, I was exercising this one skill to do everything one take. And then I stopped having all the scripts and everything. I don't edit any videos. I do everything one take. And that's why I'm just playing on different level, because everybody's editing videos. I don't do. Because the thing is that people edit videos because they have the perfectionism in mindset that they have to be in some kind of like level. But what if the market doesn't care at all? What if in a search-based content, the people just care about the answer for the information? Therefore, it doesn't really matter if you edit videos, if you add there, the intro and stuff like that, the edits. If you want to compete, like let's say you're going to make Shopify tutorial, you have to have it. Of course, when there is going to be high competition, you need to go with a higher quality. But if you don't have high competition, you can go lower quality because you're still going to get the views and you can just put out more videos. Another thing is that there is, in my perspective, like 3 kind of roles that I have to play doing the YouTube videos. First thing is some kind of like a leader that is presenting what I want to achieve, what I want to build. Okay, let's go. I'm going to make these kind of channels and videos. Then what I have to do, I have the manager within me that I'm going to set up the processes. So in the evening, what kind of videos I want to do? I do the research, standard with YouTube. And just like the more I do it, the better I'm better that I can like literally just find 50, 70 keywords matter of hour. I just like really speed up the process. And then there is a working within me that in the morning when I work out for the next 6-7 hours, I don't use the manager. I don't use the leader within me. I just work. And that's what I do. Is that this is my kind of process, is that when I'm working, I'm not thinking about how I want to build it. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. I just focus on the one thing at a time. And this is the primary thing, is that many times we have all these things that we want to do, is that we want to build. But what works for me is that I just focus on the next video and the next video and the next video. And you will see that 2 hours later, you just accomplish much more comparing to few days when, okay, I'm going to make 2 videos, but yeah, right now I'm going to check WhatsApp or YouTube. And this is the thing, is that another tip for everybody, this was also like huge for me, and I'm still fighting with this, is that let's say after 10, 15 videos that I make, I feel little bit like when you have a machine gun, and then it's going to overheat.
Reload. Oh,
and you need to like little bit of relaxation. So what I'm start doing is that I can't touch phone or anything like that, because I perceive that's a relaxation, but it's not relaxation at all. It's again, the mind is going to work, but different part is like again consume. Therefore, I go to garden, and on the barefoot, I just walk on the garden, right, left and right on the sun a little bit, and then 10 minutes later, I can go again. So these are the tips and tricks, but it took me years to figure it out. Is that it wasn't fun because I was struggling a lot.
Yeah.
But so
you got to nail down. You're like a machine now almost. You have like multiple roles in you and tack.
Yeah, and then another thing is that the last thing that came to my mind, you have to put up boundaries, not even to yourself, but to other people. This is really important to your girlfriend, my kids, in the future, whoever, if you got girlfriend, they need to know that right now I'm working. They need to respect that. And also they will be the people will try to consume from your, like the attention is everything, the focus is everything. And let's say my mom is going to call me at like 10 a.m. I mean, she needs to know that I'm working right now. But you make videos, you're not in the office or job. Who cares? Like, this is my boundary. So the boundaries are way, way important.
I agree.
I would comment on that. We're so consumed with work, boundaries. Oh, my mom, my dad is calling me, blah, 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 right? You got to know that I'm working. I had the same thing. And especially in the beginning, I was, on that a lot, right? I was getting like frustrated. I'm like, why are you calling me at 9 o'clock in the morning? Like, I'm trying to do work. I'm trying to like learn. How many days do you have left to see your mom?
Yeah, it's a balance thing.
Yeah, and this is in a way, in my opinion, kind of like not like in manipulation. That's how I perceive this question, right?
It's not about manipulation.
Like,
no one is manipulating into doing you anything, bro. But there's gonna come a day when you're not going to be able to answer a phone from your mom because she won't be calling you. And I'm not trying to guilt trip you into anything. I'm just saying that I had the same exact thing, right? And I came to in terms with myself that like, you know what? Fuck my work. I'm gonna pick up that phone and I'm gonna answer my mom. I'm gonna answer my father. I'm gonna answer whoever, and I'm gonna take 5-10 minutes. It's not gonna hurt me. But you know what? I'm going to respect them. I'm going to take the time. I'm going to talk to them because first and foremost, the most important thing for me is my family, and work comes second. I prioritize my family first, and then I prioritize my work. What kind of a life it is if you prioritize work over your family? Then the question becomes is, what are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? Your happiness is going to come from your social relationships. And your most important relationship are your kin, your closest people, your family.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's also normal to block some time for work, and then in the evening maybe you catch up with your family. Like it doesn't mean you need to totally neglect your family. In my
Yeah, it
opinion.
doesn't mean exactly.
But there's a difference if you need to like for recording videos, you actually need good focus to get in the flow. And if you're then getting interrupted by a phone call, it doesn't matter who it is, it can interrupt the workflow. I totally can understand that, but it doesn't mean you don't you ignore your family.
Yeah,
You can
it's
also
not like
call in
I'm
the
not
evening.
going to talk to my mom for like next 3 months. Gone, I'm gone from the world. Is that yes, of course, is that there is a balance, but I'm just focusing on right now that how we want to work. And the thing is that the joy can come from the work. It can from the social circles, but also can come from work.
You need both. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy on the long term. Like you can make all those that money and do exciting stuff, but then you're all alone because nobody likes you anymore. Like that's of no use, you know.
Yeah. And the thing is that how I set it up, for example, in my family, when I have the kids and a girlfriend, is that, for example, whatever tasks they want me to do for 4 to 5 p.m., I do that around the house for the girlfriend, for the kids. And then I play with the kids, right? Is that you just have to find, and it's all about the quality time for me. Is that I was like tricked before, is that it's about quantity more than quality. But if I'm going to spend with the kids like half an hour, 1 hour, when they get full of my attention, full attention, that I'm not on the phone, I'm not thinking about business, but I'm just with them, is much more better comparing if I would be spending like whole day with them.
Yeah, while you're checking your phone, you know, you see some parents there on the couch checking their phone.
Wait, I'm just going to, check my analytics. Is that I'm just going to reply to comments. You just have to find your way. I just found my way. And that ways makes me, I feel healthy. I feel good. My kids feel good. My girlfriend feels good. My parents feels good. So that's good.
Yeah, but that's the most important thing.
I'm curious though as well, because like I think it can be challenging for like people in a relationship as well. Like your girlfriend likes traveling a lot, you mentioned before, and you're like more of a worker. So how did you like come to an agreement together? Have you found a solution?
Yeah, how we do it is that like 1 to 2 times a week we go together somewhere. Just let's say alone, we don't go to Croatia. We went to Zanzibar with kid. We went to Morocco, and we go together. But if she wants to go somewhere for let's say a week, she can.
Yeah. I mean, Zanzibar?
Yeah.
Bro, that's so random. Wait, hold up. Wait.
It's a pretty popular spot to go, right?
Is it?
I think so.
In South Africa.
I've been to Zanzibar.
You've been to Zanzibar?
I've been to Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana. You know, I've been to Cape Town and Johannesburg. But so you went there recently?
Yeah, like last year. I even caught the malaria there. It was fun.
Oh,
fun
damn.
Yeah, it's like completely random also, but I caught malaria there. And yeah, I cured it with Artemisa annua. Yeah, it's a fun story.
Let's come back to business. We're not done yet. You mentioned physical products.
Yeah.
We talked about this on WhatsApp when I called you. I've checked out your Amazon storefronts. You're an Amazon influencer. You have a lot of videos there that you're publishing, pros and cons, right? All the different products. First off, how much are you making now with Amazon influencer per month? And second of all, what's the plan with that?
Okay, so the Amazon influencer program, right now, to answer the question, right now I'm making about 1 to 2K. Last year, I was making 5 to 8K. The thing is that it got heavily oversaturated because like people in the beginning, they hate it. This was the thing. When in the first 2 years, no one was making videos about it because everyone who jumped onto the ship didn't want to share it with the world only because then people would jump on it. Yeah.
My mom was calling me.
Pick it up, George.
Hey, Mom, I'm doing a podcast.
Now you can apply what you said, right? And it's just gonna, fuck work. I'm going to, bye, guys. You have the opportunity right there.
Okay, continue.
Back to the things. So the thing is that everyone was protecting it. Then the builderpreneur, it's a YouTuber, he made a video about like new way how to make money. Of course, he had like affiliate link for the course for the Amazon influencer program there. But I'm like, I couldn't fall asleep that night. I'm like, no way. And
because
I jumped
the competition or
my heart was racing about how big opportunity it was. They're making videos, and I couldn't fall asleep. I'm like, from now on for the next half year, I'm going to make only videos about that. So I was just like buying the stuff like that. I was like making videos. I had like 15 products at home, just spamming it. And the thing is, they start working, but right now it's got oversaturated. I got like different way how to do it. But what I found more and more is that you just want to focus. If everybody's listening, as you see a perspective, if you're going to focus on a niche, let's say like indoor cameras, right? Then you would make videos only about that. And you would research everything about it. Or you're going to, because then you can get a cooperation with those companies. They're going to pay when they're going to release a new product, and they're going to give you a lot of money because you are the one who is making in that niche. And you are like really concentrated. And this is something that I perceive is that with the physical products, like it's a possible way, but you have to, again, find something, how you can get the products cheap, how you can possibly return them, how you can, you have to figure it out.
Logistic
But
wise,
I wouldn't go to laptops. I wouldn't go to mobiles. All those electronics that are like heavily oversaturated. The same thing with credit cards. Like there's such an oversaturated niche right now. When like best credit cards, US, the whatever, American Airlines. You just have to find your thing there, and just have to focus on it.
Yeah, I'm curious as well. Like, of course, you're focusing on the Amazon thing, and it like decreased a little bit, but still brings in a lot of money. But how is your YouTube revenue going? Because you still have a big catalog of YouTube videos. Like, is that really stable still, or is it decreasing a little? How's that side looking?
It's stable. And right now I'm building new channels that are earning like, let's say $10, $20, $30. I'm scaling those. I find some new ways. So that I'm like testing right now, and I'm always testing. So right now, yes, it's stable. It earns about $400, $500, just the AdSense revenue a day. And it's stable. It has been really stable. And what I found out is that the physical products, I have tutorials, are the most stable ones. Okay. Is that's what I perceive, is that they are the most stable ones, because not a lot of people are going to compete with you, and it's like they can't. Is that
the barrier to entry is higher for that, because you actually need to have the products.
Yes, therefore I'm like, okay, this is the way. And this is something that I've found, is that if you can get a really just small product that are not like, how we get a washer or a dishwasher, it's really big to make
big commission though.
Yeah. But when you have a small things like a pair, the headphones and stuff like that, when there's a new product, there is a possible way how you can win. And and that's about it. But yes, of course, like a few years back, there's like a Tech Express or even a social, like those high CPM.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're killing it. Like they got like 800K views, 700K views in high CPM niche. It was still possible. But what they do is that
I saw Marcel in Barcelona. He's doing just well. He's doing just fine. He's making good money.
Yeah, the Tech Express.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And what is the revenue? It's like 20, 30 CPM. You get like 1,000, 1,500 euro a day. Then I really think
10,000 per month euro.
10,000 per month euro. Okay, that's okay. That's good. And the thing is that what they do is that this is something that I personally don't really like, but I accept it, is that when they got they hit some keyword, right? They upload another 5-6 copycats. It's so crazy. I'm like let
if it works.
Let the others eat too, It's like,
sometimes that's also the thing. Like what's your knowledge a little bit about the YouTube algorithm? Like what's your, like, why do you think a certain video will rank? And let's say if you even make just a copy of it, you will also rank. Why do you think that is?
The thing is that some channels are having like kind of God mode. I can really explain it. But some channels, if you would make how to change a name on Facebook,
Hessel said the same thing.
Yeah, we were talking about it with Hessel. Some channels got like God mode. You're gonna have. I got it from him, the God mode name for those channels. Is that they can make a video how to change name on Facebook, and they're going to rank first, getting 2K views a day. But then other 50 are just not going to rank. I know channels that got like how to convert Word to PDF. He made it 1 year ago and he got 300K views. How is that possible when other 50 videos are there? Sometimes I don't understand it at all. That's why I just like constantly test, because for the algorithm, how it works, if you're going to make searchable video that no one else did, not even similar topic, you're going to get instantly rank. For suggested videos, I can't really speak about that because I tested it out, and I don't really like with suggested videos that it can just die. This is something that I don't really like, is that yes, the view potential is better, but you're going to push it out, it's going to get 1, 5, 10K views, then it dies. And it's like, I don't like that.
But it's also a different game, because you need to understand retention. You need to understand like your title and your thumbnail combination, the packaging.
Yes.
And like, it's so much more complex. I tried it for a year, but I couldn't make it work.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I tried it also, and I'm like, this is not my game. It's much more harder. And also the quality of the video needs to be, if you're competing with channels who got the quality video nice, they get like teams.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely different game. Like, let's say productivity niche or the self-development, like the Hamza style. This is like a completely different game. And I don't even investigate it. Like, let's imagine right now that 5-6 years still, I make only search based. I don't do anything else. And every day I still learn new things. And I can even grasp that some people do YouTube and Instagram. I don't even have time for other platforms, right? Because they're like reels. Like what are reels? Like I don't even know, right?
Yeah, but you're deep in this. You are really deep in it.
There are people like make reels and stories. I don't know what are the difference there. Is it, I don't even want to know. Is it because it's time consuming? And even if you like Facebook page or Facebook monetization, mamma mia, no way.
Yeah, it's like people when they get into this whole online space, they're like, all right, man, I'm planning on doing, shorts, but also combining long form videos. And then also I'm going to be like,
I'll make
bro, I'm trying to figure out evergreen searchable long form videos in a specific niche on YouTube. And I still can't figure it out,
But they will.
Yeah. And another thing is like on the shorts. Shorts are, again, completely different game.
Yeah.
Is that even even with them platform, you have like, let's say, more platforms that got completely different strategies and ways how to do it, completely different keyword analyzation. And I even tried like, I'm going to do shorts, but when I just like start digging into it, I'm like, I backed off really quickly. I even tried blogging that I saw just empty, but then I saw is like how complex blogging is that it's way more complex comparing to YouTube channel. I'm like, I'm out also. So it's
that's the difference between a beginner and a person with experience, because a beginner, when he starts something, he's like, dude, this easy. I start a channel, I'm gonna hire this, I'm gonna bam, next day money coming in, and then you start doing it and you're like, oh my god. I remember that was me in the beginning when I started e-commerce. I was like, all right, step number 1, build a Shopify store. Step number 2, launch Facebook ads. Step number 3, get rich. Well, guess what?
Easy.
I got poor because I lost so much money on Facebook ads.
And like real dropshipping was also interesting. 5 years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, I started making, those like CJ dropshipping, Deezers and like those softwares. I was the first guy making tutorials about that. No one made it. And I remember for Deezers, for like, it got like 2K. Immediately when I started, I was earning like 30, 40 euro a day. Like no one made it. And it was like really crazy to see that, again, with dropshipping, everybody was guarding how much money they are making from YouTube. People, like the ways you're going to actually make money, everybody's going to guard it. They are not going to show it. Best affiliate programs, you're not going to find in YouTube, in courses, nowhere. In the moment when
Unless you're part of the YouTube Business Academy private community.
That's a cross-sell right there. Yes, exactly.
But sometimes also with this podcast, George, like after we finished an episode, we're like, oh man, maybe we are cutting ourselves in our hands here because we're sharing, like, because we're just having a conversation. Sometimes you just forget people are listening. But people
Ron's and our style is, I don't think we've ever cut anything, Ron. Like we talk, and if Ron reveals one of his best performing things, I'm like, leave it in.
Yeah, but it's a thing. Like people want to make money online, especially now. So if they hear something, they will go straight into it.
That's like you have to evaluate, because many times, like for example, with the school, the platform. There were like those guides. I don't know what his name is. He was like talking how the school is really amazing platform that you should build because it's like you can take a community that are going to love you and stuff like that. But okay, he didn't tell you the BCD. The BCD is that he got invested money into school. This is the first thing. He's working with some of it. Yeah, he's got invested. I'm okay with that. And I understand his perspective, but even I jumped on the train. I'm like, I got tricked here. Then I found that I got tricked by someone hype about something that he's excited about. And I got hyped into the excitement of his. Yeah. And it wasn't my way. And the thing is, I didn't really want to take care of the community. I didn't find it because every day you're going to come here, you have to reply, you have to nurture. Some people love it, but I don't. Therefore,
you need to look at your strengths.
Yes. I don't really like doing that, to nurture the community. In a real life, when you have like people around you, friends and stuff like that, that's a different topic, but not when you're going to be in online. And some people love it. But again, this is another trick story. They're just like tricking you to start doing the thing. And you don't never see the why they are saying that. Maybe just like excited, maybe they have experience, but maybe it's not going to be your experience. So you have to be really careful.
Yeah, but it's also like a little bit the shiny object syndrome. It depends on what you're already doing. Like, let's say you have time on your hands and you're looking for a next opportunity. Like, then those videos can trick you because then you're like, this is finally the thing I'm missing. But then you're doing it and then you're like, this is not the thing I'm looking for at all. You start over again with the process. But if you're deep into one niche, like you already deep into YouTube and the Amazon thing, then that's just your focus, and you will know that everything else is like is not good, you know.
It's just like how it's called when there is like a sweet something that is like want to grab your attention. This is like another thing, or like
the woman in the red dress.
Yes, exactly. It's a woman in red dress, and they're like, and they are not like in a past it would be like 2, 3. Right now it's hundreds of you coming on you, and all those opportunities with drop shipping, with blogging, with that, with affiliate, like with shorts, with TikTok, and.
But I would actually argue, right, that for a beginner on the internet, shiny object syndrome can actually be beneficial because you need to learn a stack of skills, a big stack of skills, right? Obviously, when you're already like focused on something, you just need to go like all in on one thing, block the noise and just, become like master your craft. But at the beginning, like, dude, I used to fall in for everything, drop shipping, I'm on it, drop servicing, I'm on it, marketing agency, I'm on it, like everything, right? But looking back at it now, I've learned skills, I've learned Photoshop, I've learned video editing, I've learned marketing, I've learned, optimization. Like I've learned so much online that now helps me with the thing that I'm doing.
I agree with that because Gary Vaynerchuk said it really nice that the action leads to strategy. If you don't know what to do, do whatever. And just like you're going to do dropshipping, e-commerce. Right there, you're going to learn how to do the website. Right there, you're going to find the page from the HTML and building website. Oh my God, I could create videos about that. It's like you can just, the action leads to strategy. And I see it all the time. The more I do, the more I see. And I was like paralyzed in the past because I'm like, I'm going to set up the strategy in my mind, but the strategy only works on the things that I already know. Therefore, I can only work with the things that I already know. I can't just work with the things that I don't know. Therefore, if I just create videos and I just research, then I will know more. That the action is the key to everything, from my perspective, of course.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, Tell
the thing is, like, it's easy nowadays, like when you're just starting out as a beginner, to get paralyzed because there's so much knowledge, and then you don't take action because you think, I need to watch this video first because then I know how to do it better. And the next day you get the dopamine from that video, and then never action comes,
Yeah, and it just either builds up, right? There are like 2-3 weeks are gone, and zero published content, zero action. But you consumed a lot of information that you already forgot. But this is the thing, is that you have to just find a way that you have to decide that you feel something. This is also what I do more and more, is that more I just like listen to this kind of like good gut feeling or intuition. Even when I make videos, I just like, yes, I look on the stats and data, but I just like close my eyes and I sense the thing if I should do it. I know it's so strange, but it works so flawlessly. And I just like, when I make video, I just close my eyes like, and I just wait for the feeling, if it's good or no. And if it's good feeling, I do it. But if it's the same thing that if I would make about how to make money videos, I had bad feeling about it. I wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead, George.
It's Jeff Bezos talks about it as like making decisions with intuition, with a gut feeling. You cannot really rely on it at the beginning when you're like when you don't have any experience. But once you already have experience, once you already like your sense of intuition is built up, right? Like, for example, like if I were to ask you, why would you not, make videos about how to make money online or whatever, right? You would be able to give me because I saw, 10,000 videos and right? There's all these reasons, but you don't need to think about it. You just get now the feeling, which, oh no, I don't want to do that. And you don't even think why, right? But let me ask you a question. So what's next for you? Where are you taking this? Where is Marek in 5 years?
I got no idea. I just focus on now. I just really do. I just focus on working videos now. Every day I just have prepared videos and I just do that.
But you must have some kind of a vision. Okay, are you aiming towards some kind of like an income goal or?
I mean, like I was, but even that was distracting me from work. And the work that is going to put me to whatever. And it's like, I was analyzing so much even in meditation that, okay, if I'm going to, like, let's say I'm going to imagine that I earn 100K, but again, when I'm thinking about that, then I'm not working. Therefore, it's like I stop having it. It's like I just have goal for the day. And if I see the performance one time a month, I just look on the performance of everything. And if I see the things are growing, then I just continue doing that. If I see the drops, I adapt. And I just do this. And then I know I didn't have this kind of belief, because in the past, I would just be so much in my head visualizing and thinking about the future that it would stop me actually from working, because I would get, again, dopamine hit from that I've already done it, that I wanted to achieve. But that's me.
But what's the goal? What's the goal with the work? The goal is
that
the work. The work is not.
The work
yeah,
is the
work
goal.
is the goal.
I like that, but there needs to be some kind of a
No,
goal.
maybe
Why?
not. He enjoys
Why?
the process. I think it's a healthy way, because you're detaching yourself from the outcome, and that way you're not like paralyzing yourself because you're not hitting the outcome yet, and that way you're skipping the work, but the work is needed to get the outcome eventually, you know?
Yeah, because if you don't get the outcome that you want in a span of the time, what is going to be your reaction to not achieving the outcome? Then you have the expectation how the things should be, but when the reality isn't how you want, therefore there is going to come a suffering. From my perspective, from my experience, is that if I would have a goal that I want to make this amount of money, I don't achieve it. Therefore, but the best way to achieve it is not have a goal, just focus on the work and just constantly adapt. And that's for me.
But you're trying to achieve something, right?
No, just work. Nothing.
I think it's a healthy way to do, because if you have a goal like 100K a month, if you achieve it, then what's next? 150K a month, 200K a month, and you start over again. So I think it's pretty healthy.
Bro, and then you just climb the corporate ladder. 100, 250, half a milli, private jet, what?
But life doesn't change that way.
But it's like, okay, I make 50 videos a day every single day. Let's say 1 year from now, I earn 200K. I'm not going to even get affected by it, because I still make 30, 40 videos a day.
But you're still going to enjoy the money, right? Like, what are you going to do with all the money?
Of course, is that if my girlfriend wants to go to Thailand for 1 month and she wants to, and I feel that I should do it, I'm going to do it. This is the thing, is that if I feel that right now I have to I'm going to take half a year off, I'm going to take it. But right now I feel that the work is the key. And everything else is in a way, when I don't count like family and stuff like that, is in a way distraction, right? The thinking. But that's what I found out for me, what works. And I got the best output for the past 2 months in a span on a few years that I'm doing this, just by work. And therefore the results are getting better. So that's my thing, right?
That's good. You got to do what works for you.
And the last thing is that I don't know how you have it, but what I found out about the intuition, do you know when you should, okay, my camera went off. Do you know when you have to meet someone and you're like, your intuition is telling you like, no, that I shouldn't meet that person, or like there's some kind of feeling that I should do a thing, but I just feel that it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if I can have and listen to this feeling regards everything? Again, that you have to build up the intuition, but then it can be like really strong and really powerful.
So your intuition about meeting Ron and myself was good.
Yes, I felt it's good.
Let's go.
Like if I would feel that it's wrong, I wouldn't come here. I do things like that because I know it's a punishing when I do things that I feel that I shouldn't be doing that.
I think it's healthy.
And another thing is that what I found out about YouTube is that you have to stop completely caring about the quality of videos. It's important, but I see more and more that in a way that you just have to, like, I know it sounds strange, but just hear it out. Many times YouTubers are saying the best videos they made it in half an hour. The editing was bad. The thumbnails were like, I did it fast in 2 minutes. They published it and it exploded. And like, how is that possible, right? And I started thinking that my videos, they were like really quick, really fast. I couldn't care less. They are killing it. And I just started researching this stuff that in the moment when you're going to be in a I don't care, but I'm going to care about like, okay, how the analyzation stuff like that. But the perspective, I'm just going to publish. The thing is that you will see that market reacts in a completely different way what you think how they should react. And that really just gave me freedom.
I would play a devil's advocate here, and I would say something. I would quote, Mr. Beast and say that, like, if you just try to improve every day by 1%, by the end of the year, you're going to be better by a compound by 3,550% or something, right? So it's like improving in your mind and your thinking and your understanding, right? Because, for example, this searchable stuff, right? It's like one way of doing it, right? But depending, of course, on your goal, if you have one, right? My goal is to be, to make a lot of money, right? To be really rich and fly private. That's the ultimate goal. But with that, right, I don't think I'll be able to get there, with searchable content. I'll be able to get with searchable content only so much. I mean, I'm feeling already really good. I can go to restaurants and I don't really look at prices and all this, right? It's a combination of like search traffic with affiliate. But if I want to fly private, I don't think search is going to cut it, right? So I need to start thinking about, okay, well, how do I hit the browse? How do I hit the recommended? How do I collaborate with brand? Like, how do I become face of some company? How do I get an equity like in some businesses? So that's like, bigger, like that,
And I completely get it. It really depends what you want to achieve. Again, what you want. If you want to fly a private jet, your goals, your work needs to be completely different comparing what like the standard search base. Because many channels, what I see, they just like hit the strobe, right? Hit the top that they just can make more than, let's say, 10 million views a month in a search. That I just know a few channels who are like focusing on tutorials. They just can't get to the point of 20, 30, 40 million. Even hard reset info. They're making product regards videos without products. Videos about products, they hit like 70 million a month. They just like can get more. And this is the thing, exactly, George, what you're saying is that if it's okay how much money I'm making, if not, I need to change something. And I completely get you have to like adapt and improve. But this is the state of the mind that you don't want to be paralyzed about, I'm not going to make videos because what they are going to think. This is what I primarily focus on, is that you don't want to have the mindset. Yes, you want to have a mindset about constantly improving and learning how to be better. That just like editing style and things like that, but with the thinking of, okay, I'm just going to do it, but I'm not going to care that much if they're going to judge me, because that's like really, really difficult. I remember it paralyzed me for like 1 week, is that I made, do you know like the Reddit stories videos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And what happened is that when it all started out, I made a guide on how to make those videos. And it was one of my first big tutorials. And you can imagine, it took me like 2 days to make. And when I made the video, I was really afraid what they're going to talk about my accent, because I'm like this from Slovakia, Russian and stuff like that. And what happened, the first comment was like, they hate my accent. I'm like, I'm going to delete the video. I'm going to delete it because it touched me. I was beginning, like in a thing that when you're beginning, I was fragile, and I wasn't like, I didn't have built up the power within me from the experience. And then they wrote like, okay, I'm going to delete the video. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. And I didn't delete the video, and it exploded, and people loved it. Therefore, is that you have to like completely ignore, because when someone is going to write the negative comment, they're just talking about themselves. Like, I don't write negative comments. I don't care. Like whatever waste of time is that, just writing. I just, when I see the video which is trash, I just laugh about it and just move on. Is that I don't have to.
You're detached from it, basically.
Yes,
like you just put it out and that's it.
Yeah.
You're talking about Murphy's Law. Anything that could happen will happen.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was really afraid of, like, just fun story. I went first time to the forest during the night, and I was really afraid of the wild bears, like the small ones that are like wild pigs. Yeah. And I just met one. I was so afraid of it, and it was like 3 meters from me. And I was so afraid I jumped and started running away. Again, the thing is that I was so thinking about it.
Be careful what you wish for. Yeah.
Be really careful what you wish for.
Dude, okay, last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you, so you're a like worker, right? You're like crazy. How do you relax?
Oh, this is really important. Now,
what are your coping mechanisms for, because my coping mechanisms are not good. I'm trying to now rewire them. I'm trying to remove all the bad negative stuff. So I'm looking for new ways to cope with stress.
Okay. This is wonderful question for the end. So, and really juicy one, only because in the past I thought that movies, TV shows, music, whatever from the outside world is a relaxation. I thought that's how you're gonna relax when you're gonna watch a movie, new Deadpool, whatever. But what I found out is that it's not relaxation at all. It's a coverage. It's like putting a blanket or something over my state, how I feel right now. So what I do is, and I do it during the day, even I can do it after the call. I just sit, I close eyes, and I drop to myself. I don't know how to explain it. I just go to the deep meditation straight up, and I'm in relaxation straight up. And I can relax that way in the evening. I watch the sunset and I don't do anything. No mobile, no nothing. I'm in nothingness. And this is the key. This is something that I saw from my cat, is that my cat just lays down and do nothing. She doesn't consume, oh my God, I'm going to watch some Instagram or just movie. No, she just lays down And that's what she's doing. No thinking. And this is another thing that I learned, is that this is the first step, just to completely eradicate everything from the outside world. Because then what happens is that if I'm going to sit on and watching the sunset, then what happens is that the thoughts start to come up. So what I had to learn is even let go of those thoughts, because those thoughts are really recycling from the things that I saw. Because let's say when I'm going to watch a YouTube video, what I saw is that I'm going to watch a YouTube video, and then the thoughts about the YouTube video would come to my mind. So therefore, what I learned is to let go of those things, and then you're just going to have emptiness and nothing. And that's the relaxation for me. So that's how I do it, is that I just watch the sunset, I just watch the trees, and I just sit there for like 2-3 hours during the weekend, and I do nothing. And I'm fully energized. And another thing is that what you want to do is that what is the achievement there is don't have the struggle against the work. If you can find a relaxation in the work itself, now this is the challenge of all, is that can you find relaxation when you're working? Because then you can work 10 hours a day and you're not going to feel fatigue. Now, this is something I'm getting into, but I know it's possible. But
yeah, it's a good point. Finding joy in the work itself, but I believe you need to have change. You need to change whatever it is you're doing. You cannot just, sit 12 hours, do one thing, and then, spend 2 hours with the kids and then have dinner and then go to sleep and then repeat that. I mean, don't you need like
if Marcus enjoys the video filming and the recording and the explaining stuff, that's the real joy, then it can work.
Yeah, if you follow the flow state there, the flow state is going to charge you with the energy. The thing is that if you like, I don't want to do it, but I still do it because it makes money. Therefore, you're losing the energy. But reason. Of course, it comes to the point when I have to solve accounting. I have the things to do. I have like responsibilities. The things just like with the kids, something happens. I have to use a lot of energy that I have to jump from work to different things, because what I saw is that what takes the energy is jumping from thing to thing. Not the doing, like, let's say, if I would be just consuming and watching TV, like Netflix, okay. But if I'm just want to work and then just watch a TV show, then go back to work again, that takes away the energy from me. And if I do that, then I need a relaxation. But if I, let's say for 8 hours, I have deep work that I just work and nothing else, then I just like lay down on the top and I just really relax instantly. But what I thought is that the relaxation is the movies, the TV shows, but it wasn't. For me, even the listening to music is that, how crazy is that no one thinks about it. When you listen to music, when there are words, then the music repeats in the head. And it's like, isn't that programming? Like in a way that right now you're not thinking about business, right now you're just like chilling and the song is in your head. Like it's a programming. They're like programming us through the songs.
But you're thought about everything that way. Like if it works for you, like I think that's good. Yeah.
I mean, do whatever you want.
Yeah. So the takeaway is be more like a cat.
Yeah, be like animals. They just do nothing.
Yeah.
Just learn that. Do nothing.
You are nothing.
Yeah, we are nothing in essence, but it's like completely different talk.
Oh, that's the next episode. That's the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing. Marek from Knowledge by Marcus.
Thank you very much.
See you in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.